What is up, Karma Nation? Welcome into another edition of our College Football Live. It is just me, Justin Bales, and Brad here this week. No Chris, he got caught up doing some stuff. I don't even know if he ever gave us his play, so looks like you're just going to get two plays. It is the conference championship weekend. We only have 10 games, so it's a super small slate compared to college football where there's, 30 or more games every single weekend. It's crazy. But we each have a play that we like. We'll obviously be taking spreads the same way that we have basically the entire season. So, Brad, why don't you go ahead and start us off with what you're playing this weekend?
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and take Ohio State at minus 15.5. I've seen it at 16.5, but I locked in at 15.5, and I'm totally comfortable with 16.5 as well. Reason being, Ohio State is the more dominant team. They've covered in 9 out of 9. They're 9-3 against the spread this season. Justin Fields, if you just look at his numbers, 37 touchdowns, only 1 interception. This team is stacked with 3 potential Heisman candidates. If you think about any other year, all 3 of them will be getting invited to New York with Justin Fields, Chase Young, J.K. Dobbins. Last game was Wisconsin's chance to prove that they could stand the test against Ohio State in a bad weather game where they got absolutely destroyed. They lost 38-7. Jack Cohn was terrible, 108 yards, 1 touchdown, and they held Jonathan Taylor to 52 yards on 20 carries. So I think in this game, Ohio State's going to load the box. They're going to make Cohn beat him through the air, and they have shut down corners. So I just think that spread is very nice and very reasonable for me to take. Also, Ohio State's 10-1 against the spread in their last 11 versus teams with a winning record.
Yeah, I like that. I'll also add that Ohio State is the number 1 team in all of college football in points over spread, which they're beating the spread by over 13 points per game this season. It's absolutely ridiculous. I feel like we talked about this before we even came on, but Ohio State's like the team where the odds makers are like scared to bump it up to like a 50-point spread. So then they just kind of destroy whatever it is that they did set it at. So I'm on board with that. I'm going to go with the game for tonight. I'm taking Utah. I believe you can get it at minus 6.5 right now. I took it at minus 7 because I got minus 105 odds instead of like the minus 115, minus 120. You're seeing it at 6.5. They're 9-3 against the spread as well. It's the best record against the spread in all of college football. There's like upwards of 10 teams tied for it. Ohio State's one of them. Utah's another. They play Oregon. Oregon has not been great recently. 2-3, I think, in their last 5 games against the spread. They've really been struggling recently. They just barely beat Oregon State in a game that really they should have just absolutely blown them out. Utah has covered in 7 straight, I believe. And the big thing for Utah is that people love to just get set on offenses in college football. That shouldn't be the case. Utah has the best defensive line in all of the NCAA. They're going to make it hell for Herbert. I feel like Oregon's offense is just really going to struggle to put up points. So it just comes down to whether or not you believe that Utah is going to score against Oregon. And between Huntley and Moss, they have arguably the most consistent quarterback running back pair in the entire NCAA. Kayvon Thibodeau is also questionable with an undisclosed, that they just kind of said undisclosed. I don't even know if it's an injury. If he's out, you should just hammer this line for Utah. He's the best defender for Oregon. And really, he's looking to break the freshman sack record. So he has added motivation. And then, the final reason for Utah is that if they win and they can easily beat spread, which is what I'm hoping for, they have a real shot at going to the college football playoffs. They obviously need Georgia to lose, and they need to not get screwed out of just the committee putting in Oklahoma, which I feel like they're going to do anyway. But prior to the season, I said that Utah would make the college football playoffs. I didn't really put it anywhere, so if you don't believe me, it is what it is. But now in a game where they have to win and they have to beat spread to have that potential, I am 100% going to back them.
Dude, I totally agree. Before the season, we on What's the Spread, we actually do our preseason conference champion picks, and I picked Utah. And even when they started the season a little slow against BYU, they were just waiting for Moss and Huntley to get healthy. And now that they're healthy and that defense is really revving up, they're a scary team, and they're going to be scary for any opponent they play because they've always had the defense. Now they have the defense with a consistent offense. I'm really looking forward to this game. I'm definitely hammering the 7. I have it at 6.5. I hammered it again at 7. Just like you said, great point. They're playing for a playoff spot. They know that they have to win handedly against Oregon, so it leaves no doubt in the committee's mind.
Yeah, and the other thing that I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm taking Oregon because Utah needs this win, so they're going to be tight. They're not going to be playing the free-flowing game." They're all seniors. They've been here. They know what's at stake. It doesn't matter, honestly. So for this week, we have lock in Ohio State at, I believe you said you got it at what, minus 15.5, but
I got it at 15.5, but I think it's climbed to 16.5 now.
Still comfortable there though, so
yeah,
not really a big issue. Then lock in Utah. If you can get them at minus 6.5, feel free. -7, we have no problems with that as well. And good luck for all your lines or all your bets this weekend.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.